Hello, my name is Anna. I am a 29-year-old mechanical engineering student, and today we're going to be doing a reaction video to a day in the life of an engineering student. I tried filming this type of video, and it didn't go so well because I kept forgetting about it. So today I think we're going to be watching? Yeah, we're going to be watching Ashley, and let's go.
Ashley, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm of an engineering student. So I know a lot of my college weeks of my life, or my life in college, tends to be revolved
You're right.
around my social life in college, not necessarily academically. And if y'all didn't know, I'm an engineering student, hence the title. I thought, why not take y'all along a day that's very academic heavy rather than social life. It's 11:22 a.m. and I'm starting my day a lot later than I like. Today's Tuesday, so my classes start late. I'm trying to start doing homework earlier. Today's just not one of those days, because yesterday I stayed up till 3 a.m. at VAC studying. I kind of just have a late start, but I'm gonna start studying for my
So usually when you stay up that late, you're gonna wake up a lot later, so your day is gonna start a lot later than what you're usually, accustomed to. But it sounds like you kind of do that a lot, so.
Okay, test this first round of exams this week, and I'm not too excited about it, but we're gonna push through. And also just kind of want to talk to y'all balancing school life and whatnot, because I'm the type of person that's really bad at I'm not bad at balancing school life, it's just my timing's really off. I can have a full day of nothing to do with a lot of gaps for me to do homework or study. I just can't do it. I'll sit there and I can't do it. I won't get into
Okay, I've had the same issue as well, where it's I have an hour and I want to do something within that hour, but it's still difficult for me to concentrate or get anything done. So what I like to do during those times is that I will go ahead and start doing an assignment or studying something that is a little more easier for me to do, instead of doing something that requires a little more attention. So something that I like to do is either, if I'm going to be studying, I know I need to watch a certain video, so I'll go ahead and study the video, or I'll study the specific method, or I'll study a specific problem, even that simple. So it can be difficult to try to squeeze in a whole lot within an hour, but if you just start off with something easy instead of something more difficult, it'll be easier for you to stay motivated.
My grinding mode until 7 or 8, and then I grind till 1 or 2. This semester, compared to my last few semesters, if you know an engineering schedule, if you look at one, it's very, very hectic. The timings are all weird. You have weird gaps. My whole freshman year, I didn't really have time.
Yeah, so again, I too have strange gaps, and within those gaps, I try to do something simple for myself. So it's even easier studying the notes of the class that I had before that, that day. Or I will go ahead and write note cards, because they don't require a lot of thinking. It's just a lot of stuff that you're taking from your notes.
I didn't study much during the day because my schedule just didn't allow it. I can't really get much done in an hour gap. Whereas this semester, my schedule's pretty nice looking. If you're not an engineering major, all my friends are
that looks terrible.
but to me, I'm bro, this is kind of cute. This looks kind of cute. So I have a lot more gaps than I'm used to.
Yes, it's awesome when you finally get the schedule that you feel oh, this is actually going to be really easy. And then that's kind of your groove schedule, if you will. So it's the times that are perfect for you, because you're more awake during that time, or you're more productive during that time. So you feel a little more confident within your schedule, and you get into the groove of things. And usually I like to maintain, once I find that groove, I like to maintain it throughout my, future semesters.
I'm trying to learn to utilize those gaps rather than not being productive.
Mhm.
I'm getting better at that. I'm really trying to implement that. And I also, because I have 8 a.m. this semester, I was talking to like one of the guys in my lab group, and he was saying how like if he has an 8 a.m., he treats it as like from an 8 to 5 day. So
Oh,
I'm trying to
love
like
that.
implement that, and if like
Yeah. So this is actually a really good tip. You treat your student life like a job, like you would a real job. So if you start your student life at 8 a.m., it would make sense for you to finish at 5 p.m. But sometimes you have a little extra more to do, so then you would require to stay like do an 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. or an 8 a.m. to like 12 a.m. So it kind of depends, but I think this having the structure of it being a job where you it's a cool mindset to have for sure.
if it doesn't have an 8 a.m., so it'll be like 9 to 7 or like 10 to 8 day. And I think that's like a really good idea, treating it as a work day so I don't get lazy. So I'm trying to implement that. That's just kind of like my thought process of like what's going on in my head,
That's
what's
good.
changing in my life,
Yeah.
what I'm trying to implement.
I love it.
And now I'm gonna get back to study.
Okay, so it looks like she's just studying.
High School Musical, the musical.
I'm gonna pause that for a second. So it looks like she's just studying, but she makes a lot of sense. You know, treat your student life like you would a work life. So go ahead and make sure that you're scheduling yourself properly, that you're showing up, you know, at work, but it's actually your student life. So it makes a lot of sense when she says, you know, just to treat it like a student life. It wouldn't really make you know, it wouldn't really make sense if you're not taking it as seriously. But it looks like she's trying to work on it, honestly, and that's all you can really do is just work on it. Okay, hold on. How do I put the volume on? Here you are. So it looks like she's studying. Another thing, I know when specifically after my lecture in the morning, I do have a gap, and what I like to do is, oh God, what was I gonna say? Oh, I do have a gap. So the way I like to start my day is I like to get the hardest task out of the way. Like that, the rest of my day is easier, and I don't have the stress and anxiety of that specific task. That's just a little tip. I'm just gonna mute the music here. Oh my gosh, she's having lunch. Oh wait. Okay, she's having lunch. Lunch is important. Okay. So another thing, it's really difficult. Okay. It's really easy to actually skip meals because you feel like, oh, I need to study more, or oh, you know, I need to spend more time on this, that you forget about self-care. So it's important for you to make sure that you're having every single meal, and I even like to have snacks in between because I am using all that energy and all that brain power. So I need to make sure I'm eating all the calories I need in order to sustain and maintain everything that I'm learning, you know? Okay, here, let's skip forward. Oh, look, she's talking.
The MSc, because it's my sorority's philanthropy week, and
Oh,
today
fun.
we're doing a pie and LDY, and I'm gonna go support and pie a few people. It's fun
Nice.
because I really don't get to see my friends a lot on campus anymore. We saw each other all the time when we lived on campus,
Right.
but now since we're off campus, I rarely see them. I barely go to the MSc. I used to live at the MSc last year, and I'm never there anymore just because like my classes are like not near the MSc, or I don't live near the MSc. Like it's quite a walk. So I'm headed to the MSc, and hopefully I can pie a few people.
I'm just gonna skip through the music. Oh, there. Oh my god.
So cute, Big.
Oh.
So we got rained out.
Wait, what is that? Is that whipped cream? Or is it shaving cream? Because if it were just whipped cream, you know, it'd be nice to just kind of like lick around, but if it's shaving cream, is it safe for the eyes?
Oh,
Oh yeah, it's hard to get off.
That's out, and now we're just waiting for people to get hi. And we're twinning. Was it philanthropy? I think like half of us are twinning. Yeah, we're all wearing the same because it's like Teal Tuesday. Support ovarian cancer.
They're so adorable. I love her group of friends.
Here, look for us. Just close your eyes.
She's so scared.
Together.
She's trying to rub it.
I miss you. We're
Oh.
twinning as well. Marriage. You're so pretty.
I'm so beautiful, aren't I?
Yes.
Maybe it's Maybelline. Hello.
Hello.
I wonder why.
So messy.
I look
Good thing you guys are wearing those trash bags.
Cute.
Oh, okay, so it is shaving.
Why are you like this?
She doesn't want it in her eyes. Okay, safety first. Okay, so she has class now. Literally a little later in the day.
Hey guys, so now it's 6 o'clock. Last time you saw me, I was in class, but I'm finished with classes. I'm gonna go straight to Zach to keep studying. But I was really hungry, so I came back to my apartment just to like eat something
Good.
and like pack
Yes.
myself some dinner because
You should.
I know that like if I stayed at Zach, I wouldn't come back to my apartment for the rest of the night. Therefore, I would eat dinner. And that's something I'm trying to do better this year is like not skip meals. I tend to do that a lot, especially during exam week. I tend to like not eat if I don't have food right in front of me. The way I
Okay. Like I said, it's important for you to eat every meal and sustain your energy. And a good way to do that too is if you have a little extra time, because she says like during like test weeks, she doesn't really eat as much. She skips meals. It would be better for you to plan out that week and make sure that you have meals in the refrigerator that you can just grab and put in the microwave instead of having to skip a meal. Or because I know as a student that does not have a lot of money, I can't just go out and grab a meal because I can't afford to do that. But it's easier for me to have something already packed in the fridge or leftovers and I just kind of grab and go. So
think it's like I need every single minute to study. And like that includes eating. Like there's no time to eat, there's no time to make food, there's no time for this. And that's just how I think. So I knew that if I stayed at Zach, I wouldn't have eaten for the night and probably would have ate like ramen at 3 a.m. or chips that are like really unhealthy for me. So yeah, that's just kind of like the update. So I'm gonna get myself some food and then see what I want for like dinner.
What are you
and I'll
gonna
pack
eat?
that before I leave.
Chow mein?
So it's about 7:30. I was doing some work in my room because it started raining. I got my water filled up and then I packed my dinner for later. So I'm get
It looks like
hungry.
she's
I'm
got
about to
some mac
head
and
out to
cheese.
my exam review.
We're packed in like sardines. So she's going to an exam review, which I'm guessing the teacher is holding, and it's after class. And there's tons of people there, and I love that she's taking advantage of the fact that that's being held and she's actually going to it, because it's a lot easier when the teacher's holding that exam prep, because then you can ask questions instantly instead of staying at home and trying to figure out the questions by like YouTubing it or like doing your research. That kind of just takes too long. Also, it's good to have insight from other students and how they view the problem, because at times if you're really stuck, that can really help you. Oh, so many people there. Oh my god. Good turnout. Oh, so they're moving to another room. She's studying. It looks like she's walking back. So it looks like right now she's just in a study room with a whiteboard, which I love because I love having whiteboards around. I specifically don't like to waste a lot of paper, so any homework or practice problems that I'm working on, I will do on a whiteboard instead of an actual paper. I save the paper for notes and a study guide, and that's about it. but I like a good whiteboard, you know? So it looks like she's just kind of studying and going through the motions. What time is it?
It's currently 2:12
I asked what time it is and she tells me.
and
2:12 a.m. That's
because I have an 8 a.m. Although I'm awake and I want to do more, but
No.
I'm going to hate myself
yes.
tomorrow if I don't
Go
like, call
home
it
and
a night.
sleep.
But 10.
I've been like that at 2 a.m. as well, where you just have like this burst of energy, and it's not even like second wind, it's like your fourth or fifth wind. But it's like once you kind of start to relax and kind of get the day out of your head, you can actually start to fall asleep. So it's important for you to know your body and know that, hey, I have to wake up and like at this time I should go to bed now, because you should be getting at least 7 to 8 hours of sleep, you know?
Sue and the rest of them are still here, so let's go find them. They were in a different room than me.
Oh,
Look at them.
at least she's not by herself. I like that.
I'm calling it a night. It's currently
Such a long
2:38. I have an 8 a.m. tomorrow. I gotta sleep. So if you guys enjoyed this video, day in the life of an
I think when she's saying she has an AM tomorrow, it means that she has a class in the AM.
engineering student, hopefully you got to see like more behind the scenes of like me studying. Let me know if you guys want more of these type of videos. Let me know if you want to do like a study with me video. I watch a lot of med school vlogs. I don't know, like I just like watching it. Like I could never do med school myself, hence why I'm an engineer. But I like kind of want to do that for like an engineering student, you know? So that's kind of like my thought process, you know? What you guys would like to see, because all these videos are for you all. So if you guys enjoyed this video, I can't think.
Yeah, you're tired. Go to sleep.
Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.
Okay. Here are my thoughts on that video. First of all, Ashley, thank you so much for showing us your day. You were very productive. It was a very, very long day for you. But you got it done, and you got it done, and that's all that matters. So I love all the tips you gave us. I think they're very important, and also they're very relatable as well. So thank you so much for sharing. All right, guys, this is gonna be the end. I'm tired too. I worked all day, you know. Go ahead and like and subscribe this video, and I will see you next